got a good voice, too.
Yeah, Matt's a singer, as a matter of fact, bit of a musician. And, you know, there's lots and lots of local folks,
called me
Matt,
out like that.
Say again?
I can't believe he called me out like that, but please, keep it coming. I'd like to hear more.
No, it's good. But they had folks come from all over the place to get here and line up.
Well, they really did come from all over, but, you know, these auditionees had it really easy today. They just had to show up, present their ID. They got a wristband. And then begins the waiting game. They've got 2 days before the Wednesday auditions, but for a lot of these folks, they say it doesn't matter. It's well worth it to try and be the next American Idol. They kicked in that front door there. They were only able to make it to about right here in the house because the smoke and flames were just so intense. And when you take a look at this damage right here that this fire caused, look at this. This home was just gutted out. This is where the fire started. This is what prevented those men from reaching that victim. All night long, new crews have been coming in. This fire has been raging since about 7 o'clock last night. So we're talking about a 12-hour span here where this fire continues to burn. Okay, so we had 2 cameras set up for this entire thing today. This one that you're looking at right now, and then of course the one that you're shooting of me live right here. There's more than 40 minutes worth of material on this camera right here. That's going to be all new coming up for you tonight, but still remaining here on the scene, the car that was involved in the shooting. And I want to show you this bullet hole right there, bullet hole right there, another bullet hole right there. Take a look at the house right here, 2 bullet holes. Right now, 1 man is in the hospital. Police say there's somebody out on the road with a high-powered rifle who's not afraid to use it, and he's roaming Jacksonville streets.
Matt, investigators have ruled out arson.
They have, Mark, and actually just about 5 minutes ago, all of the crews that were right here in the middle of this road left, and I'm talking about 4 different fire engines, dozens of firefighters, all taking care of the fire in this house that you're looking at right here. You can see how the roof pretty much just bubbled up right there. That's where the smoke was pouring out of. But as you said, just before the fire crews left, I spoke with the arson investigator who came to the scene. He tells me this is not going to be ruled as an arson. So how this fire started, that's the next step in this investigation. She was 3 years old when she was taken. He just turned 4, but again, a 3-year-old boy, and this boy is called Junior. That's what the family calls him, and he calls his sister, Haley, who you're about to see here in just a second, he calls her Sissy. Right now, the family tells me he wakes up in the middle of the night screaming her name. He can't eat. He's having a difficult time sleeping. We're going to take you right inside the Emergency Operations Center right here. This is the media entrance. Let me take you inside, show you where investigators are working hard on all of the leads coming in. You see they got this big picture up right there. Haley Cummings, where is this little girl?
And Matt, you got a lot of response to your inauguration sign.
I did, Selena. You know, everybody in the newsroom was saying, what a great idea, make a sign, you know, and I kind of thought it was a no-brainer because you got taxi drivers and cab drivers, they come down to the airport to pick up people, and they make signs. So I created this nifty little sign here, returning from inauguration with a couple of question marks, and I tell you what, this thing worked like a charm. I had mothers, daughters, brothers, sons, everybody was coming up to me saying, you're not going to believe this, oh my God, we just got off the plane, it was so great. Mark, this is a very, very active scene out here. You see the cops behind me, you see the police tape. One thing you also see, a vehicle that was involved in a pedestrian crash, that red Ram that you see right there. According to police, a little bit earlier today, there was a woman coming out of that Metro PCS store right here on Mayport Road. She came out, she was somewhere in the front there where that door is, and that red Ram that you see right there wound up hitting that woman.
A lot of people want to know, would we keep the fountain?
Right, well, here's the fountain right here, Paige, and it has definitely seen better days. Check out these rails right here. These things pretty loose right here. Some of the lights you see down here, this light right here, that guy's off. This light down here, that one's on. Then in the middle of the fountain, it's not even squirting up any water. But the city says, don't worry, it has a plan to make the fountain friendly again. All right, a couple things you can do to help steer thieves away from your car. First of all, you can get locking lug nuts for your tires. You can also get yourself a car alarm that's pretty loud and works. You can also park your car inside of a garage. But the best advice, neighbors, just need to watch out for neighbors. Most emotional I've been to in a very long time. Family members, friends of the victim still remain here on scene waiting for any word from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office if there's going to be a break in this case. Coming back over here, you can still see very active Sheriff's Officer scene right here. Sheriff's officers remaining on the scene. They've been here since about 9:45 this morning. Good afternoon, Chris, and I have Melissa Bujeda with the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office here right now. And Melissa, we understand that there's some new information going on right now, particularly with the victim in the Talleyrand shooting portion of this investigation. Talk about her condition. And I have here photocopies of actual traffic citations, and I was thinking about it to myself, how many citations have I gotten in my life? You know, 1 or 2 or maybe even 3 at the most. Well, this particular driver has 24 citations, enough to totally cover the front window of this car. But you know what? That didn't matter. She still chose to get behind the wheel. The suspect's brother just lost it, and you can imagine why, because just 2 hours earlier he had approached us begging for us to get some news out over the television airwaves so that maybe if his brother were watching inside of the house, he would give up. Now let me show you right now, this house that you're looking at right here, that is the entire suspect's family. A drive-by with multiple shots fired and all 3 of those young men getting shot. Now I just got this police report from the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, so we're able to tell you a little bit more information than we were able to when we first brought this to you as breaking news on CBS 47 News at 11 last night. Yeah, the SPAR Council had actually asked them to kind of patrol these areas off duty, just, you know, so that you see a police presence out here, maybe some of the criminal elements will stay inside. So these officers were just coming up and down these streets, you know, just patrolling randomly when they say they saw Battle standing in the middle of the road, and they went to question him, and then, as you know, the rest happened. The chief homicide investigator just came up to me about 20 minutes ago to let me know that the victim in this case just got out of surgery. This thing happened in broad daylight. We're talking about lunchtime here, but you know what? These thieves didn't care. They weren't going to let anything get in their way.